Thought I was gonna mess that in. Boom! Boom! Oh, shouldn't have gone in. Shouldn't have gone in. No, 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 no. I'm insane, bro. Back up, back up. What the hell? Go, go, baby. Get out of here. Not today. You ain't taking my... Whoa. Oh, what did I tell you? I said don't let me get heated with the longbow, baby. Bow, bow. My guy's good. I'm insane, bro. I'm insane. I'm the best. I'm the best. I pull those clutches out all the time.
Are you ready to fight?
No problem.
Good.
No. I'm insane, bro. I'm insane. I'm the best. I'm the best. I pull those clutches out all the time.
Are you ready to fight?
No problem.
Good.
No
Now get out of
problem.
my way.
Cat out. Was he in the first one, second one, third one? He's at top. Oh my dude, you just wait. You let me find a sniper anywhere in here, my guy. Oh, what'd I say? What'd I tell him? Huh? 5 shots, I need one. I need one. I need one. One. It's in the intro for a damn reason, because I'm the best. Well, I think that is sniper ammo I just picked up. Oh, it was. You just ruined everybody else's day, my friend. I only needed one more shot anyways. Who do you guys think you're watching? The best! He shot my decoy, bro. Hey, dumbass, that was a decoy. GG, bro. Yep. 3 plates on the guy up front. Guy up front's down. Down. Hit him, purple. Down.
I'm insane, bro.
Where's the other one? Where's your bud? Your bud want to peek on the train? You shouldn't. Adios!
I'm the best. I'm the best.
I knocked one! Right here. 3 plates. Well, right here.
On subversion instead of election. On intimidation.
Insane.
Hello. We should be good to go here. We should be up and running.
On infiltration.
let's go ahead and get on into it here. Now that Bot Rix has joined the YouTube channel, he's going to cycle through all of the subscribers that have joined since we last shut down the stream. That'll eventually shut down. Alrighty, we're going to jump into some Brighter Shores today. And I think everything is set up properly here. Let me know if the game audio ends up coming in too quiet, too loud. Same with the mic.
Instead of invasion. On intimidation. On infiltration instead of invasion. On subversion instead of elections. On intimidation.
We're getting in. What were we doing here when we logged off? I think I was passively training Bone Right, if I remember correctly. And it's only the level 20 Bone Right, so I'm not expecting a whole lot from this. Let's go ahead and check it out, though. Yeah, we managed to get our way up to level 24 Bone Right, which is actually where we needed to go, so that's huge. Huge. If I remember correctly, yep, this moves us on to the next type of bone, actually, which is big. Again, let me know if that music is coming in too quiet. There's not even much music coming in because the mine's music sucks. But let me know if it's too quiet, too loud. What's on the agenda today? We need to get level 40 Bone Right. That's something we need to do. And now that we have the new bones unlocked, we could grind that out. We also need to get level 46 Stonemason, which is going to require some flint. So we're going to have to do some mining to get iron and flint. You know, something else we need to do. Sell our inventory. There's not much to sell. This might push me into doing something else entirely rather than grinding for skills to finish Lost and Found. We might jump off and do something entirely different today, which is start to prep for leagues and what we're going to be doing when we AFK Brighter Shores during leagues. And that is wood cutting, because we're going to be doing carpenter. So let's take a look at what we need here. One more level until I can move on into rugged oak. That's important. The oak logs require two-person saws, though, don't they? I don't know. We'll buy a two-person saw. Can you use a two-person saw as only one person and chop it still just as efficiently? We're not as strapped for cash anymore, so we're just gonna buy the two-handed saw and we'll figure that out. Because we're only one level away, and I think what we're going to do is, while we're training woodcutting, we're just going to dump all of our knowledge points into woodcutting to speed up the training. My thoughts on that are, while we train carpentry AFK during leagues, we can dump all of the knowledge points that we get from that into the remainder of the skills that we need for Lost and Found. And the plan is to dump all of the money that we currently have into carpentry, so we have at least 800 or so silver. I've been speculating it'll be right around 750 when everything's said and done. But 750 silver that we're going to spend on the wood for carpentry, and I'm just going to sell the resources that you get from that, because I'm not even worried about like holding on to, say, rugged suave poles. Like, I'm not even worried about that. What we're going to need it for is like the high level stuff, like 100 and above, you know? So that'll kind of like make it to where that'll stretch out this 800 silver, you know, make it last longer. So we'll be able to train a good chunk of carpentry, especially because like I was getting to is I'm going to train woodcutting passively up until League's launches, and just kind of like stack up on all of these rugged logs here, whatever I can manage to get to. Currently where we stand, we're going to be able to do rugged juniper. And in order to chop rugged juniper, I'm going to need 45 wood cutting. There's like 0 chance that we get to 45. Which kind of sucks. So a lot of the AFK training that we're going to be doing with carpentry is going to be with the lower level materials. Like, what level is a rugged ash plank is level 16. I mean, rugged hickory will be decent. What level do I need for that? $32. I mean, that's more reasonable. But regardless, you know, we'll get a decent stack of some rugged oak, and probably a decent stack of rugged pine. We'll be lucky if we hit 32, though. But if I dump all of the knowledge point bonus experience that we get into woodcutting, we might get there. We'll see. We'll see how long we do this for today as well, because if I span this prep out over the course of like 7 days and maybe even some off-stream woodcutting, we should have a good chunk of resources going into leagues. Because I don't want to entirely pull off this quest either. I really want to get this quest done. And as it sits, we need 6 more stonemason levels and only 16 bonewright, so 22 blacksmithing. I don't want to talk about that. Problem with all this is I plan on mining the ores that I need. That's probably another thing that we'll do a bit of today, is some ore mining. Get a good chunk of iron and a good chunk of flint going. That way I'm turning all of everything I smith into profit. Which I'm gonna just dump back into carpentry. Something just happened.
Instead of invasion.
The Myra! Hey, we got a follow over on Twitch.
Intimidation.
Myra, hope you're doing good. If you're a artist, we've already got one on call. So terribly sorry. And it just so turns out that we're not in a position to be paying an artist, but should we ever run into being in that position, I've got one on call. I appreciate you, though, and I like throwing it out there because I know you guys are on that grind. Good luck. I still need to buy this two-handed saw here. How much experience am I getting per chop? What are we looking at? Doesn't tell me. 127. We have like 4,000 experience. 5,000. Damn, so we're gonna have to chop like 40 more of these logs. At least. Oh, I skipped a tree. There we go. Saw somebody walking around the other day with a total level of like 1100. Frickin' madman. Oh, right next to a storage rift, huge. I mean, not as close to a storage rift, which kind of sucks. The pine logs are going to be a slow go. Slow grind. Oak's gonna be huge though. Boom. 64 silver, but it's worth it. I don't know if you can chop the oak logs with the two-person pole by yourself, but we're gonna find out. I don't even remember if it's oak that requires the two-person saw or if it's pine. You know what would be really nice? This is a feature that's in a game that there's probably zero chance anybody has played unless you're French, and it's Dofus. Dofus has this feature where it's a room-based MMO almost as well. And it has this feature where if you're on a map where there's multiple harvestables like this, I can click on this tree, and then click on this tree, and then click on this tree, and then this tree, and then this tree, and it'll just go and harvest those in order. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in right now, if I'm mid chopping this tree and I click on this tree, it's gonna stop the action here. On Dofus, it just like queues up like 5 actions. So I can just click on all the trees and then watch my guy run around the map and chop them. You know what I'm saying? That would be huge. Well, the life of a woodcutter isn't much more fun than the life of a coal miner, but at least we have the nice sun. The sun in our face, the breeze in the air. That makes sense. Getting closer and closer to 22 wood cutting. We're not gonna be able to use a knowledge point to boost our way there, but we're about out of here anyways. About onto oak logs. Where be the logs? Nama. I've got to be butchering that. I'm surely butchering that really, really badly. But hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. How are you doing today? Hope everything is going well. We've left the caves. We've decided to do a little bit of preparation for leagues. We're going to come out of the caves and jump into the forest for just a little bit, do some wood cutting. Start to build up a little bit of a log bank here for when we jump into leagues. I'm doing excellent. Could always be worse, is what I say. Could always be much, much worse. So, we're doing great. We could be in the caves. Yeah, we're gonna go hard on Carpenter during leagues. The knowledge points are decent. The AFK ability when I'm doing things like not the staves, but the poles. The poles require you work them twice, which kind of gives you that first chunk of AFK and that even longer second chunk of AFK. We're going to be going hard on Carpenter because this is going to play heavily into weapon making. And I'm going through all the trouble of getting the requirements to be able to craft legendary items, so I might as well double down and also go hard on carpentry, as much as I hate this skill. But when we're doing that, whatever skills we have left to train up for the Lost and Found quest, all of the knowledge points from that carpentry is going to get dumped in there. And I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of bonewright and smithing left. Depending on what we do the next... What's today? Thursday? Depending on what we do the next couple days on stream, whether it be blacksmithing, probably not. I'm probably going to save blacksmithing for the knowledge points to get dumped into, honestly. So the next couple days will probably be a lot of bonewright, a lot of stonemason. And we are really getting close to the launch of leagues. Right around the corner. after we burn through all of our money with carpentry, because I don't anticipate having enough logs to do enough carpentry. So once we burn through all our money with that, we're going to jump over to cooking. And just AFK cooking. What am I doing the yew trees for? Oh, I didn't even get 26 or 27, did I? So stupid. What am I doing out here? Or 22. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. What can we chop? Of course, yew. Go back to the yews. We're chopping some yews. That's why I went to the yews. Instinctively, I knew I needed to chop something. Nice. So you can take it down solo. Huge. Wonder if it's faster with a second person. That cannot be more efficient. That cannot be efficient, though. Looks like we only needed to cut one log. Huge. 22 wood cutting coming in, and now we have 5 levels of wood cutting here. In between oak and pine, I bet we're gonna get a good chunk of oak logs. Yews are good experience and much needed for experience in stone and bone. Yeah, I try to stay away from any of the stuff that requires wood, and unfortunately, everything in bone requires wood, so you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But when it comes to AFKing during leagues, what we're going to do is sell all of the materials. I'm just going to sell them. And we'll deal with the repercussions of that later. Because that'll really stretch out the 800 or so silver that we'll be able to spend buying logs. If we're just selling logs back, so we're taking less of a loss. So we'll really be able to stretch out that 800 silver. Because otherwise we would just burn through it, and then, like, right now I have 340 rugged ash planks in my bank, and I won't need rugged ash planks for a while. Or, like, if I do, it's, like, sparingly for one piece of equipment. We also, unfortunately, yesterday found out how many passive points we need to put into each of these skills, and it's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, you can only boost +2. I was looking into that. Yeah, it's a lot. And we've been kind of dumping them in. So that's another thing that I haven't decided when I'm going to start dumping the points in. So we have all of these. Like, this is how I'm going to do it. So once I'm level 42 stonemason, the next knowledge point I get, I'm going to dump in there. And that's going to work the same with all of them. The only one I'm behind in currently is melee. Or in combat. I'm way behind in combat. I gotta put like 7 in combat. I'm just trying to figure out where to put them or when to put them. Yeah, oaks are brutal. There's no optimal path here, I'm noticing. And we're here for 5 levels. Also, this is not fun. This thing up on the hill, I think I'm about to start skipping. Because there's 3 on this map, 1 on this map it looks like, and then 1 on the other, or 2 on the other possibly. So I could go 1, 2, 3, and then, look, this one spawned back already. Chop this one, and then we push up. I think we start to ignore the one on the hill. The one on the hill is the killer. This one has a couple hills as well, but that's alright. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, plus all the map changing. How long do you think we have to wait? It's like 13 seconds. I wish I'd have started chopping right when I came onto the map and then continued to count. I thought it was only going to be like 5 seconds. This might be the route though. The 1, 2, 3, 4, and then around for 5. Doing this one on the back side here gives these a little bit of time to regrow. That one in the back is like way useless. Northwest as well, so I wonder. Yeah, maybe we go check out that other map. This route wasn't bad. It kind of lines up perfectly. The trees are like a little bit ahead of me. You almost want to be a little bit ahead of the trees. And they're a little bit ahead of me, but just barely. Going up here, I'm going to go check up here after this inventory. But if I go up here, it's going to be using those whatever's up there and these two in here. Probably not this one. I'm going to go scope it out before we bank this. One, two, three, four. I think if I only chopped 4, I'd be waiting for him to respawn. It would put me way ahead of these things, I think. Might be tripping though. Five per inventory too is gonna do this weird thing. Let's see if it ends up working out. Yeah, I still have a bunch of passives to put into this, but I'm, even with the experience that we're going to get from knowledge points while we AFK carpentry during leagues, I don't think that's going to get us to 60 blacksmithing. And if it starts to get us close, we can start to use those knowledge points to unlock the melee stuff. But for now, I think speeding up the woodcutting grind is probably the best route. I was wrong on the 5 logs per inventory. My last log is going to be at this tree, I think, if I'm mathing it out properly. I was hoping that it was going to be like at this tree or possibly even this tree right here, so I was right next to the storage bank. Because if I fill up my inventory and I'm right next to the storage bank, boom, we nailed it. But I'm going to finish my inventory in the middle here. I think I did that math yesterday, and I think you're right. It's right around 3 an hour. I at least mathed out the points, the percentage per inventory and it was like 6%. If I was doing the polls, it was like 6% for the 12 logs and then 6% for the 24 polls. It was like a total of 12%. And then that takes, you know, whatever time. It probably massed out to right around 3 knowledge points per hour. And that's not bad. That's not bad, especially considering the amount of experience that you get with the knowledge point scales to the level, so it like never becomes irrelevant. It always knocks off like a quarter of the bar, is what it feels like. Which is huge, especially at the late levels. So like maybe the knowledge points push us through to 60 blacksmith. I think it's possible. Good experience too. A quarter of the level is no joke. Even a third of the level at level 38, that's a massive chunk. That's a big chunk of training at level 38. I was exactly right. Ends me right here on this tree. Damn it all. I wonder if I start it somewhere different. That'll shift it. Started there, it shifted it there. So if I start, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I think we might have just fixed it. Just depends on where you start. Optimal route achieved. If I start 2 forward, it should shift my thing 2 forward, which would be right here is where we're gonna end. Which is exactly where I want to end. I should really look up what the level 100 fine warhammer, 105 fine warhammer, what level wood that takes. So I kind of like have a better idea of what sort of carpentry level that I'm shooting for. Have I been streaming full time? I mean, like, yeah, technically right now I would consider it streaming full time. Have I been doing it for long? No, this is week number 2 here. This is week number 2 of coming back to streaming. So I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now. We've been running this channel for 5 years now. And that's always been on the back of either a part-time or full-time job. But just recently, we came out of our job and are now stay-at-home dad, homeschooling the kid, taking care of the house, and stuff like that. So I'm able to put more time into both the YouTube channel as well as I've rebooted up the streaming. So we're starting to kick it into high gear over here. Am I making full-time revenue? No. No. Nope. Nope, but the YouTube channel, I mean, we're really kicking it into gear on the YouTube channel. firing on all cylinders, and so the problem there is on YouTube I juggle several different games on my channel. That ends up kind of like choke holding it in the algorithm a bit. It confuses the algorithm. That's why I stopped posting videos to subscribers, because I cover so many different games. You know, like I probably have 500 subscribers at least on the channel from when I was covering and playing Apex Legends all the time. So if I post an old school RuneScape video, those 500 people, if I post it to the subscribers and it notifies those 500 people of an old school RuneScape video, they're not going to click on that. And that's going to it just completely confuses the algorithm. So I want to say 3, 4, 5 months ago, we stopped posting to subscribers, and it has helped tremendously in regards to the problem we were running into by covering so many different games. Because I can't just do one game. I cannot. I will burn out so quickly. So in order to prevent the burnout, you know, it's basically whatever game that I'm playing right at the moment, you know, I'm really covering the most of. And then I typically have like 2 or 3 games on the side that I've got my eyes on that I cover as well. Like currently we're talking about old school RuneScape leagues. There's another game I've got my eyes on that I don't want to spoil yet, because that might turn into big plans for the channel and the streaming in the near future. But we got Skate that we've been looking at, Skate 4. Throne and Liberty we were playing a bunch of. Once Human, you know, and we've been able to successfully juggle these. Oh, so perfect, dude. I ended right on this tree. It's right perfectly where I wanted to end it. And beautiful. So yeah, for now into the foreseeable future, we will be streaming full-time. The problem with that is games like Once Human, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, anything that's like really fast-paced, I'm going to be completely and entirely honest, my computer just cannot process that without massive pixelation. Even with Brighter Shores and old school RuneScape, I have to dial in the settings, and that's mainly because I'm running an AMD right now. And an AMD single stream setup is the worst. It's like the worst thing that you could be trying to do. But we've managed to dial them in somewhat and gotten it feasible with the, could be a million times better, but we've gotten it feasible with games like Brighter Shores, RuneScape, you know. But as soon as we start jumping back into some high intensity, high demand games with a lot of movement on the screen, we might be running into some trouble. We'll see what the next one's, especially when it comes to Once Human. That game is so poorly optimized that it just is, it's a resource drain on my computer. Recording Once Human and playing Once Human at the same time was like maxing my computer out at one point in time until I dialed in the settings. It's insane. Brighter Shores is the perfect game to just knock back with some free time in. It really is. Especially considering how many hot fixes, patch notes, quality of life fixes, bug fixes that they've been putting out. It's massive. So really the game's quality is only going to go up and up and up, so. Well, that's good to see. The live streams kept showing up on your YouTube page, or the videos from Brighter Shores. Because the videos from Brighter Shores have done pretty well, and the live streams actually coming back into live streaming, this has been the most successful go at it. Granted, something happened in November of 2020 that basically stalled progression on the channel. So we were picking up a lot of pace on the channel, and live streaming was going really well. Everything was going really well. And I stopped cold and didn't post for like 6 months. And that's basically, it basically was like a hard reset when I came back. So there was that. So that was actually, so Norbert sometimes shows up. He's an OG. He was there back when we were first streaming back in the day, and it was going pretty dang good. We would like get 11 viewers or so concurrent streaming Apex Legends on YouTube. Really good. Good times. But yeah, eventually we're going to be moving on from AMD and upgrading into an NVIDIA PC. And at that point in time, I anticipate the streams to really pick up the pace. I keep playing that Warzone intro in the beginning of these streams from back when I would stream Warzone. Typically with all of the high-impact Battle Royale or first-person shooter games that I play, I'll put together like an intro of all the highlights from the streams and whatnot. That Warzone intro I've been playing lately gets me pumped, dude. I don't like that game anymore. The cheaters in that game have just freaking taken over. It's not even fun to play. But watching that intro gets me a little excited, man. Ooh, gets me a little pumped. And once we're running NVIDIA, stuff like that is possible. Not Warzone specifically, but I mean, we could go back to streaming. I don't think I could stream Apex Legends right now. The quality would just be absolutely garbage. Yeah, that's kind of how I went. That's kind of how I went into. Oops, full inventory again. It's kind of how I went into it this time. And I don't know if that's played into this go at streaming being more successful than the others or what. But when I started it up, I was like, you know, we're going live with Brighter Shores, and we're just gonna go live. Like, I'm not going to. Before, I'd put a lot of pressure on myself, and then I'd constantly be eye hawking the numbers. Who's watching? Bro, I don't know. I don't know how many people are watching right now. I don't know how many people are watching on Twitch. I don't know. I don't pay attention to those numbers anymore. But when I end of the stream and I see the numbers, I'm like, dang, that was decent. That was decent. Live streaming and creating content and videos on YouTube are two completely different games. This is taking forever. I think we're gonna push one more knowledge point worth of woodcutting, and we're gonna dump it into woodcutting, and then we're gonna go jump into some mining. Because the overall goal is to attempt to get these requirements before Leagues starts. That would be perfect. Leagues is like 5 freaking days away at this point in time. We are running out of time. So I don't know. It's gonna be nice to stock up on some iron, I guess. I don't freaking know. We're running out of time, and honestly, I don't know how much iron I would need. A lot. Probably like 1,000 at least. And it goes from iron into something else eventually. What are we looking at here? It's 52 with the throwing rings, I believe. It might even be the short sword, but we're gonna say throwing rings. That's so many levels, dude. I'm gonna need so much iron. And then I still need to do 8 levels. What's after iron, though? No. Cabernet. When do we unlock coarse Cabernet or rugged Cabernet? Whatever. Illusion Cabernet ore is unlocked at level 40. We might actually get to level 40. You completed Lost and Found today. You did Iron for most of Blacksmith. Really nice. Yeah, you might as well because you don't unlock the Cabernet until level 52. You don't unlock the Cabernet until level 52, and it's probably expensive as all hell in the shop. And if you don't have 40 mining, really, what are you going to do? You're right, the Goblin too, that easy bank. So true. And now that the knowledge point system's fixed when you're smelting, that's even better. So have you crafted a legendary weapon yet? When you craft a purple weapon into a legendary weapon, if you craft a purple cryonite weapon, does it turn into a legendary cryonite weapon? How's that work? I could have looked this up on Google and YouTube, I'm assuming. I've just been so preoccupied. I don't ever think about it until I'm sitting here thinking about it. Alright, I know I said one more knowledge point here, but I think I lied. This is going to be our last inventory, and then we're going to go bounce over back to the mines. I think I've had enough sunlight for today. I'm going back to my caves. I like the dampness. So when you turned it into a legend... So if you need a purple... Correct me if I'm wrong here. Hold on. But you need a purple weapon to craft an epic weapon, correct? And this says only a guardian can equip this. However, it can be used to create an epic weapon. So if I take this guardian purple weapon, I can craft it into a legendary... Guardian legendary weapon, or is the legendary weapon cross-class? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been holding on to these with the thought that I need them in order to craft legendary weapons. Hopefully that makes sense. We're gonna go mine up some, let's go check, actually. What are we on? We're still on flint. Probably gonna be on flint all the way through. We're gonna go mine up some flint.
On infiltration
Something just happened.
instead of invasion. On subversion instead of
Hey,
election.
Mr. Blitz just came in and dropped the subscription over on YouTube. Interesting thing. We never know if they're here, and you know what? I've yet to see one that is here, so chances are he is watching another video, but either way, we're here to celebrate that he's joined. Feels much better now that we're back in the mines, you know? This is just my zone. We got our cave walls, our rats. It's perfect. It's warm, but also like cold at the same time. The air's humid. It's got like a humid sense to it. You can smell the rocks. It's nice. Boom. Now the question is, what do we put the experience into? Woodcutting? Because we were just training woodcutting? Nah. I think I can suck it up and do some off-stream woodcutting and just suck it up all the way through the oaks. That way we have a lot more oaks to work with. We need a ridiculous amount to go into Minefighter, so I think we're gonna... If we're ever training a skill that I don't currently need for it, we're just gonna dump it into Minefighter. The passive anyways. Because you need like 45 or something for the +2 potions, which I'm just not gonna get. Did I already mine this one? No. Where's the storage unit? Oh, it's just down south, right? Yeah, it's just one room down south. Perfect. That's why we like the mines. We've spent so much time in here. We're just comfortable with where we're at. We don't even need to check the map. No compass needed in these mines. Probably doesn't work all the way down here anyways. Because of the rocks? Everybody knows rocks and compasses don't mix. I think that cape's too bright, you know? Everything else in the game is nice and toned down, and that cape is just frickin' glowing. Went the wrong way. Son of a gun, would you believe it? He got lost in the mine. Somebody get this man a compass. He doesn't know his north from south. When you're AFK fighting and passive fighting, is there like a chance you die? Or is it just auto win? They don't hit on you at all. Also, do you get more experience per hour if you're like super geared? I wonder how that works. That's the one passive we haven't even messed around with. People in the mine do not play around, man. There's some high total levels out here. Last night I was walking around, saw somebody at like 1100 or something. Frickin' maniac. These people have lost their minds. You know, 5 years ago, I was like, you know, I'm gonna start a YouTube gaming channel so I can game for a living. I game less now than I ever have. It was a whole nother reason I wanted to pick streaming back up, so I was like, man, we gotta literally like be able to set aside some time so we can just get down, you know? I was too much in a mode of like, what do we make next? Oh, we're full. Inventory's full. What are we doing? Two inventories down, not bad. When do we start unlocking new stuff? Man, just a whole lot of passive training with mining here, all the way up to level 40. Cabernet. I actually need to get to level 40. Because Cabernet is what we need at level 52 mining. However, I don't see a reality in which I get to level 40 mining before leaks and am able to stock up any stone. But I don't know. We're gonna do some flint for a little while, then we're gonna jump over, move on south and do some iron for a little while. A lot longer than flint. We only need 9 levels of stonemason, which is probably gonna take a boatload of flint, but we need 22 levels of blacksmith. That's gonna be a ridiculous amount of iron. And I think I'm just gonna end up buying out Bonerite. Like, Bonerite was a skill that I wanted to train up, but it is annoying the hell out of me nowadays. And I think it's because every recipe requires a wood item. At least with blacksmithing and stonemason, you've got a few thrown in there that require just the ore. Boom, 34 mining coming in. Did we unlock anything? No. This reminds me though, we've got some brimstone that we can collect. The daily brimstone grab. We might be better off if we started off our trips in this room. That way we finished off our trips in this room, closer to the storage. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things, but... Three inventories of rugged flint down. Maybe like 12 more to go. Mining is a skill that we're gonna train up probably pretty dang high. I like this resource gathering skill. Buff limestone. If I ever walk past that, I should tap it just to fill out the card. Oh, it's right above me. Let's go fill out the card. Interesting. Why, when it comes to herb lore, can I not buy the secondary ingredient for the wealth potions? Wealth potions, I can buy the primary ingredient, but I can't buy the secondary ingredient, the fleas or whatever they are. I have to literally do the foraging passive. A gray louse. Unless I just skipped past the store where gray louses are sold. Do the rats. 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still need to put 6 knowledge points into Mind Fighter. It's the only one that I'm behind on. All the other ones I can still continue to add the passive training methods as I unlock them. But I am so far behind on melee, or in combat. Boom, boom, boom. You know, I picked up a Netflix subscription to watch that stupid fight, and the one thing good that came out of that is I've been able to start watching the Great British Baking Show again. Huge fan. Love the Brits and their baking. So that's been fun. We've gotten no patch notes today. I would say it's too late for them to come out, but man, every time I do that, he ends up dropping patch notes. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and say we haven't gotten any today, but it's way past time to get them. So I would say no update. What did he say? He said he was working on something. I forget what inventory of Flint that is. I think it's the 5th. He said he was working on something rather than quality. Oh, I think it was implementing the leaderboards. That'd be really nice to get dropped into the game sometime soon. Is the leaderboards. That'd be good. If we're able to unlock all of the mine fighter passives that we need to unlock just from mining up the flint and the iron, then I would say that we would pretty much be guaranteed to be coming back from leagues with the requirements to complete the quest, being able to dump all of the knowledge points into the remainder of whatever skills are left over. Because I anticipate getting 40 bone right before Leagues launches, and we'll probably get close to 46 stonemason. Ooh, so glad it didn't just auto-click that. That'd have made me mad. Back. Boom. 6 more. I wonder how close of a fight that is and how much gear you actually need for that passive to work out. Like, are you taking damage? What's going on there? Can you die while you're passively training combat? That would suck. When it comes to post Lost and Found training, like what are we going to train after Lost and Found? No, excuse me, sir. I want to talk to you. I'm thinking we're probably going to end up breaking away from the mines and jumping heavy into Chronopolis. And I think what I want to do inside of Chronopolis is I think I really want to focus on leatherworking, because leatherworking is going to be the same as carpentry in the sense of it's going to play into the armor crafting skill that they released in episode 5. So I want my stonemason to be way up there with my carpentry, and then my leatherworking to be way up there with my armor crafting. So that way I'm a lot less reliant on other people and buying the higher level leathers or higher level poles from other people, and I possibly could even make some money supplying the poles and the leather. We shall see. I wonder if mining is also going to play into the armor crafting. Like, I wonder if you're going to need ores in order to craft armor. That'll be interesting to see. Or if maybe they come out with another skill that's similar to mining, but close or geared to thematically for episode 5. I think we know all of the skills that are coming in episode 5, though, and I don't think any mining related one was on there, so I'll have to double check. You got armorer, builder, and the shield bearer is the combat, but those are the only professions that we know of. I'd imagine that there's going to be more. Armorer and shield bearer. So it looks like the armorer is going to be able to craft all 3, or they may possibly run it the same way and come out with 3 different armorer type skills. So there's still a lot up in the air as to how exactly that's going to work and if mining's going to tie into it. So, regardless, I like mining. That's why we're going to train it. I think it's going to be semi-useful, even though you can buy the ores, it's going to be semi-useful to be able to mine them. I think we mine our way to level 35 and then we jump over to iron. Because we need a whole lot more iron than we need flint. The hell? You guys see that guy come flying in from the side of the screen? Man, you want to know the one update I would want to come in before anything else? A music track, so we can pick what region's music we're listening to. Because I'd be jamming to Hope Port all the time, no questions asked. There's like 2 Mine songs that are decent. Whereas in like every Hope Port song is a banger. But that's also like a non-concern because I'm really only listening to the music when we're here live. And when we're playing RuneScape, I'm like half debating like I might just like jam out to the old school RuneScape music tracks as well, but typically I don't. So I've got like a stream playlist of copyright-free music that I could play that's like it's all decent, you know what I mean? Like but I've liked the Brighter Shores music. I just don't like the cave music. Not a fan. So I'm like, damn, if I liked the Brighter Shores music, am I gonna like the old school music? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. How much experience per rock are we getting here? I'm just curious as to if I'm going to get another knowledge point before we level up. 100. I need 7,000 experience. So I need to get 70 of these. We're going to get like, we're going to finish this one and get half of another one almost. That's all right. At this rate, we're looking really good for finishing out Mindfighter's passive training methods before we even get into carpentry, which is huge. If we can do that before we get into blacksmith training, that's even bigger because then I can just start dumping the blacksmith knowledge points into blacksmith training. Because originally I was going to put all of the blacksmith knowledge points that I get from training blacksmith into the passives that I need for Mindfighter, but I think this is working better. They need to drop, you want to know what they need to do? They need to drop a task list for leagues. What's the one thing that we have left before I can start making a step-by-step game plan and start really dialing in, like, the route that we're going to take? You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite things to do is, like, make a step-by-step and see how well I'm able to then perform that step-by-step. Last year went great. The step-by-step was perfect, but the problem was it was too short. We only had like an hour's worth of tasks to do. And that's a problem because after, maybe it was 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, I don't know, but it wasn't enough tasks for me to do, for me to just stem that off into like some constant progression. What ended up happening was as soon as we finished our tasks, we still had not unlocked a region, so we were kind of like stuck there looking for easy tasks to complete to unlock the region, and that was a big delay. And we picked a bad relic last season, I'm not gonna lie. The production master's huge because you can, produce all of the stuff in one go and blah blah blah, but Trickster last season was definitely the fastest way to get points. So I don't know if that carried out throughout the entirety of the season though, and if people who picked a Trickster were regretting it down the line, but that's kind of like not what my game plan is. My game plan is to unlock the content, and how do you unlock the content? By completing the tasks. And if I pick the Trickster route this year around, which isn't quite as powerful as it was last year, and we're able to complete the tasks in a manner that gets regions unlocked very quickly, yeah. But there's also some, like the agility one is powerful as well, and there's some pretty big tasks that are locked behind agility. I just don't know if it's going to be easier. So I need the task list to come out so I can really dial in and start picking some of those early game relics, because I think that's going to, the relics we got revealed today, I think are going to be the tier 1 relics. It's going to be your first choice that you have to make. And it's a big one. Right now it's between me picking the Trickster one for thieving or possibly the agility one. It's between those two, and really the only thing that is going to make me decide is how many tasks can I complete with the relic versus the other one. So the thing with the thieving relic is the higher you get, like the higher level thieving you get, the higher level the task. And I'm also picking the desert, which has pyramid plunder tasks tied to it, and those are some high level tasks as well. So honestly, the thieving one is in the lead, but I have to get a look at the task list. Nearly got another Mind Fighter passive unlocked. Bada boom, bada bing. Progress being made. We can now kill the giant bats. Huge. $2,000 experience away from level 35 mining as well, and that's when we're gonna move on to iron. We might actually call it at this inventory because I'd get 35 like halfway through the next inventory, which is just weird. We might just finish it off on this inventory here and then swap down to iron. We need to mine a ton of iron. The more iron we mine, the more money we're going to save when training blacksmithing. And I don't think I'm going to spend any money training blacksmithing before leagues. Because I want all the money to be saved for carpentry. So basically, I'm only going to train stonemason with the flint I have and the iron that I get. And I'm only... Oh, actually, I'm going to have to buy out Bonewright because nobody wants to go friggin' train gathering. But aside from Bonewright, even with Bonewright, I could just like buy out the bones for 30 and just process those and then maybe do a knowledge point dump with carpentry during leagues. I don't know, we'll see. Time to go mine some iron. I was just making sure it was indeed the second tier of iron, and it is. Blissful Gamer, I've seen this guy around a lot. He be grinding. 62 Mind Fighter, but what is that? 708 total level? Nice. Did I skip some iron or something in that other room? This should be, like, pretty straightforward. I think I did. Whoops. Gonna be down here. Yeah, skipped this iron. I'm still only getting 100 experience in mining over here, so it's no better. Not even 1 point in knowledge per mine either, but I don't think I was getting that at the flint either. What are you gonna do? $35 mining in the bag. This is what I hate about iron. You always end in a weird spot. Like, no solid spot. It's a nice route, and they're all, like, nice and clumped together. But you always end in a weird spot. My OCD does not like ending in a weird spot. I want to end in the same spot every time, please. Preferably as close to the storage rift as I can get it. Actually, if I keep going in this route, I'll end right here. Did we just solve the puzzle? We might have. If we can end right there, that's big. Wait, I started in the middle. Oh, fuck, I didn't mine these two. What is going on? I'm so confused. Nope. I was wrong. We didn't solve the puzzle. I don't think there's a solution to this frickin' puzzle here. It's just set up to where you're gonna end in a random spot every time. Okay, I started in the middle. I didn't even mine it all properly, though, because I didn't mine the full inventory out of here. But I'm going to end right friggin' here, okay. I mean, that's not a terrible ending, but I can't repeat the start without waiting for all of the ores to respawn, so... Damn them. Is it 5 or 6 here? 10, 20, and then we've got 4. So I'd end here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20. And I would this would be open, so I'd end right here. Nine, 18, 27, 8, 16, 24. I don't know, man. We're just gonna have to deal with the fact that it's just gonna be throwing us all over the place. Milo CD is just gonna have to deal with it. I could do 3 inventories in here, but then I'm waiting for the ores to respawn, and that's kind of dumb because the ores take just about the exact amount of time it takes for me to go mine these 2 ores to respawn. So 10 ores per inventory, or 10 ores per rotation. There's no way for me to solidify this. If we started out here, we would end like right in here where we did the last time. Whatever. Building materials bank. Building materials. So building is a skill that's coming out inside of episode 5. And that building materials bank is close to the bone lady. So I'm guessing you're gonna have to use something near that bone lady and possibly some bones to make some sort of mortar or whatever to connect the two pieces of brick building together. I don't know what the hell building's gonna be. Well, now this is interesting. This may be possibly a way that I can solve the puzzle, even though it would involve me leaving 4 or more or less ores in the first room on the first pass. We might have solved the puzzle, but the solution might be a bit more complicated than I originally anticipated. Let's go ahead and let this whole inventory play out here and see where it ends, and see if we can replicate that and make it land where we want us to, which is right here. I want to end my inventory right here every time. This is gonna end my inventory in this room. Damn, dude, I'm gonna have to, like, leave out this whole room for this to work. I needed to go 2 forward, and I started on this one. So I need to start here and mine these 2, and then go out and mine the other 2. Alright, we need to do a full reset on the ore here and let all of it respawn. I could be going the wrong way on this, but if I mapped this out properly, then we are going to be landing directly where I want to land. And then we may be able to run this on repeat as well without having to wait around for all of the ores to respawn. If I end there, and then I need to come back and start here, this one will probably be close to respawning, and then this one, and then those 2 will be right behind these. So we'll see here in a second. This doesn't make any sense on the first run, but once we start cycling through and then where we end, it'll all come together is what I'm feeling. Because on the first run, you leave so many in there, it sucks. I wonder if there's a way to combat that by maybe I'm too deep in the cycle and I just kept going further instead of pulling it back to maybe reset the cycle in a different way while using less ore in here. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Leaving less ore in here. That's fine. Let's test out and see where this lands us. I'll know if I'm on the right track, or we'll start to build a pattern. Well, I'm at half my inventory right now. That's not good. Also, I chopped the wrong rock first. I'm going to end in this square. I'm at 12 already. I don't know. Let's see where this one ends. Okay, we did map it out properly. I hit the wrong rocks over there, so I'm going to end in the wrong spot, but that was just, that was a mistake on my part, not a mistake on the mapping. So we are going to end out there. That's big. Now the question is, how bad is the reset here? Let's see. If we just figured out the circle here, that's freaking massive. See, next time I come out here, I need to hit this rock first, and then this rock, so that way... But these should be respawned. Ah, see, now I gotta wait like, it's like, what, 60 seconds? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if they reset anytime soon. I mean, it's already starting to work its way through, so that's good. We're not too far off. Like 20 seconds, man. That's like the decent amount of time where mapping it out like this in that 20 seconds might not make up for the runtime saved in the banking. But it does end us in this spot every time, which just feels really nice. I'm also wondering if I can pull a full circle back. So if we're at 8 in here, and I had to start there, I go back. You don't think that would be the answer, do ya? We're gonna try something on the next inventory, which might fix the problem that we're running into with leaving a lot of ores in here in the beginning. Kind of like making the whole beginning of this thing awkward. 4 more points to put into passive Minefighter things. Nice. Circle back. 8. I don't think it's going to matter which one of these I mine out here, because I can end at the same spot regardless. Okay. If this works, my mind is gonna be blown. I impress myself sometimes. It's rare. It's rare that I impress myself, but damn it, if this works, color me impressed. Okay. So we're basically gonna wait for a full reset on the rocks again, since these were the last 2 that I mined. But I'm gonna mine one out here and then do a full cycle out there and then mine both of them out here and do a full cycle out there, both of them full cycle. And it should end with me ending out here and not having to leave this room with ores filled. This might be a better cycle that achieves the same result and only leaves one ore left behind originally. All right. Let's see. That one should be just about respawning by the time I get out there, if not already respawned. So I'm not even worried about that. Where is the cycle gonna end us is what I want to know. Come on, spawn in. Don't make me wait too long here. It's like maybe 9 seconds. I think I was counting fast in my head. Speed counting. Perfect. Right into the dead-on spawn in here. Beautiful. Right where you want to be. Fuck, I didn't... This isn't gonna work right. Got 1, 2, 3 here. And then 2 out there. It's gonna leave 3 behind. It's gonna leave 3 ahead. So, technically... Okay, so hold on. Let's restart this here. Let's restart this. I started right here. And when I start here and mine these 2, and then mine those 2, and then run in a circle, we end right there. The problem is when I have to leave all these ores here, when I come back, I'm waiting for this. If I do 1 there, 8... Maybe the original route that I was making in my head that I thought was going to work so damn good isn't going to work unless we get a little cheesy here. Let's wait for a full reset again. Unless we get a little cheesy here and instead of waiting for this to respawn, we're just leaving one of these behind every time. Which isn't ideal, but, you know. If that ends up making this run through 3 cycles perfectly and then into the bank, that might be, and something that you can kind of do on a loop. I just want it to make sense pattern-wise. Nine. It's 8. 9, 18, 27 ain't gonna land us out there, is it? Plus we have this weight going on. Man, we might be screwed on this. There might be no circle, no pattern to be made. Yeah, 1 and then I've got room for 5. That ain't it. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. I wish when you got into your storage bank right here that it also gave you a glimpse at how many you had total. Where you were able to like know, all right, we've got a decent chunk go in here. But now I have no idea. I think we're going to kick mining all the way up to level 36, and then we're going to go take a look at the bank and see exactly what we're looking at here. We should have a good chunk of flint and then hopefully an even better chunk of iron to work with here. And 16 levels of bone right that we need to knock out still. Something just happened.
Instead of invasion.
Hey, got another follow over on Twitch. Hello, how are you? From Maya Lucas 3. What is that thing next to your name? But hello, welcome. How are you? You're fine? Good. Good to hear. Could always be worse, is what I like to say. Could always be worse. We're out here grinding. We're putting that grind in. Doing good. Another day, another step towards getting there. If you happen to be an artist, I already have one on standby. Hate to say it, but we're not even in the point to hire an artist. But should we ever become to be in that point, I've got one on standby. Oh, we're all over the place when it comes to games that we play. We got RuneScape Leagues coming up here at the end of the month. Actually, like 5 days from now, 6 days from now. After that, we might be jumping into something that I've kind of got under wraps. I haven't quite dialed in whether or not we're going to be jumping into that. But should we jump into what I have planned for after Leagues, we're going to be diving in deep. What's NFS? Yeah, you know, I've never played Resident Evil, but my cousins really get down on Resident Evil. I don't like to get scared. Not much of a get scared guy, even though Resident Evil's like probably like your least horror type horror game with all the scary games they be making nowadays, but yeah, we play a lot of first-person shooter games. So currently, we're just now coming back to streaming after a long, long while. And the main reason for that is because previously I was streaming first-person shooter games, but currently I'm on a single PC AMD setup right now, you know? And even like, I'm stretching the quality now. So when we were playing like Apex Legends back in the day streaming it, there would be like some major quality issues at points in time, mainly due to the fact that we're on AMD and a single PC rig. So whether or not we jump back into the first-person shooters anytime soon is just completely up in the air right now. Bad luck with the first-person shooter games. We kill it at first-person shooters. I'm all about the Battle Royale. That competition, I thrive on it. But yeah, eventually we're going to be upgrading the PC into an NVIDIA PC, which should solve a lot of those problems that we're having currently. Once that happens, we should be able to jump back into games like Apex and Call of Duty. I've never played Valorant. So I play the shooter games I play on the controller. And I think you can play Valorant on controller now. That might be PS4 only. I don't know. But yeah, my left hand is stupid. Like, my left hand has no idea what it's doing. So I don't have a problem aiming with the mouse when it comes to shooter games, but movement with my left hand, movement with WASD and shift to sprint and all that's too many buttons for my left hand to understand to know how to hit. I've never jumped into Valorant, and I think I would get stomped on in Valorant. We managed to get 36 mining. I said that's where we were gonna stop. Not entirely sure. An ongoing saga of epic fails. The first-person shooter genre, in general, in my opinion, is just one that is petering out. And I think it's mainly because they keep dumping in these multiplayer games. And I don't know if it's just me, but multiplayer respawn shooters are not fun anymore. I don't have fun with them. Die, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn. It's just not fun. There's no weight behind my life inside the game. That's why I like playing battle royales. But I don't know what it is with that genre, bro, but people are like, it's oversaturated, and I'm like, we are lacking in the genre. There could definitely be some bangers that come out and get me grinding. It's because they're boring. Yeah, I can't. They're just redundant is what it is. It's just very redundant gameplay. It's old, it's tired, it's worn out. I like my life to have a little bit of meaning behind it, put a little value to when I die. Like if I'm being honest, I will never forget my first experience with the Battle Royale was in Fortnite, and I will never forget A, how hard I freaking grinded to get my first win, and B, how excited I was to get my first win. And honestly, I think I've had that feeling in every Battle Royale I've played. Now, after you get your first win, it the excitement slows down a lot. Favorite game of all time? It's a loaded question. Favorite MMO of all time would be RuneScape. And then the current version of old school RuneScape. If I was talking shooter, my favorite shooter of all time, it'd probably be Halo. Halo Infinite is a game that I really got down on with the homies back in the day. Crash Bandicoot is dope. It's a good one. It's getting real old school on us there. Getting real old school on us there. Yeah, currently we're on a loop of playing a whole bunch of Once Human. And then recently we've been jumping back into the MMOs. We got, like I said, old school RuneScape's leagues coming up. I always get down on that. We had this MMO launch is when I relaunched the live streams. And after the leagues, the game that I might be jumping into as a possibility, which may very well take over the channel, is also an MMO. So, oh, and we did a boatload of Throne and Liberty too. I forgot about that. I did not think I was gonna like Throne and Liberty, but I had a decent amount of fun on that game. The fun basically began and ended with the guild versus guild combat, though. Nothing else in the game was really fun. It was kind of grindy, and the timeline on things, the way they have it all like timed out, was really annoying. Crafting system was trash. Okay, how did we end this? Where did we start this inventory, and how did we end it? Because it just like perfectly cycled into exactly where I want them to all end, which is right here. Nope, back. Boom. 3 more knowledge points needed to put into Minefighter. Yeah, man, I don't have a Discord. And that's that. Tried saving you some time in the beginning by letting you know, but that's all right. So, boom, we just got that extra little knowledge point right there. Currently, we're sitting on 3 knowledge points remaining to put into Minefighter here. And that's not terrible. We're getting there. 3 points to put into Minefighter. Let's go take a look at the bank and see how many ores and flint that we managed to collect ourselves here. See what we got working with. See what we're working with. $159. Oh, that's basalt. That's not what I need. 267 flint. That's more like it. I was like, we mined way more than 150. Come on, 267, we can work with that. Whether or not that gets us anywhere close to level 49, or 46, I don't think so. But it might, especially because we're going to be dumping the knowledge points into Stonemason while we're training Stonemason. Same with Bonewright. See how much iron we got. 283. So we got just about as much iron. We're gonna need to definitely grab more of that. So we're definitely gonna have to spend some more time getting iron. And what else? What else are we looking at here? We got bonerite, and I think bonerite is probably what I'm gonna grind out next. We're going to jump in and we're just gonna start dipping some bones in some acid, because this is the skill that I've got to spend money on. So it'd be nice to figure out exactly where we're gonna be at money-wise by the end of this skill. I can now purchase and use these bones as well, which is huge, but they're expensive. 1 silver a piece. That's absurd. $10, $20... 21, 22, 23, 24. So it's like 25.5 silver per inventory. That is so much. That is so much. We are about to unlock the next level of passive training. And like I said, because we need to unlock passive training as we continue this. So when I do unlock that, I'm going to spend the point on it. And I may end up doing some of that. May end up doing some of that as well, offline, to kind of give us a little boost, little extra hand there, you know. $432 experience, a basket. Not good. We are definitely going to have to dig into the recipe book and craft with these bones, which means we're going to need wood. That is such a pain. Bonerite so far has been the one that is the most painful, just because every single recipe requires wood. Really getting annoying. I'm going to go look at the recipe book here in a second. We're going to figure out exactly what's going on, because we don't unlock a new one until the longbow. So what do we need for the shield? But we're definitely going to have to process the bones and sell the equipment. Otherwise, we are just going to be dumping so much money into this. I might even have to go back and process the extra bones that I have in there currently, and there's a lot of them. Granted, that'll help with the experience, but it's just slow going, and like I said, it requires a lot of wood, which is like another step in the process I don't want to take. Oh, 418, dude. 418, son of a gun. Oh, man. And I can do this spear. What do I need for the spear? I only need 1 suave pole per 4 bones for the spear, so technically I could get all of the bones done with 100 suave poles. That's good. That's good. What about the shield? It's 3 coarse ash planks. What a pain in the ass, dude. And then what's next, though? If I just did the bones all the way to the longbow, let's say. It's 2 coarse juniper staves. What about the pole axe? It's only 1 yew pole. So, bet. Can I make yew poles? I bet I can, right? What kind of pole was it? Something just happened. Hey, Will came in over on YouTube and dropped the subscription. Welcome, Will. chances are you're not actually here and you're watching another video, but either way, we welcome you. Poleaxe is a coarse U-pole. I should be able to make that. Coarse U-pole, perfect. And aside from that, the longbow was juniper stave. We got that all day. And it's a 2-to-2 ratio. So if I did... So I'm thinking I do bones possibly up to level 28. Where's the spear? Oh, I guess the spear is only, oh no. Where's the shield? Son of a bitch. So maybe what we do is we go and get the suave poles, and we get 100 of these. Like, that honestly won't take that long. We get 100 of these. That way we can use the 400 bone spikes. That'll make gear that we can sell, which is nice. And then it'll also bump up our level, so we'll know exactly how many of these we should, or if we should craft these. Because right now I want to craft nothing but the bones up until 28, and then maybe jump into making the bows up to level 30. But in reality, I'd almost be better off doing the previous bones up to whatever, and then crafting the femurs up to level 30, and using all of the femurs on the poleaxe. Kind of the same way I'm doing with the spear. Because I bet heavy crossbows when this thing switches. Nope, heavy crossbow still uses this. What about blowpipe? Yeah, because the blowpipe switches to moderate, which is the next horn. Yeah, so I think holding, having a bunch of poleaxes would be good, but we should finish off these bones in here first. All right. We're going to end the stream here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick one today, a little quick catch up on the Brighter Shores grind, showing everybody where we're at and where we're continuing to grind to. As soon as Leagues picks up, though, I anticipate the stream lengths picking up for sure, so buckle up for that. But we're going to end the stream here. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Nama. Probably still butchering that, and I'm probably not pronouncing it the same at any time. So, appreciate you stopping by. I hope everybody has an amazing day. I'm out.